It's time for just another Medium Monday, the podcast, with your host, Medium John Turski. John is ready to share his gifts with you right now. To find out more about John or for a personal reading, go to his website, mediumjohnturski.com. And now, Medium Monday with John Turski.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is just another Medium Monday, and I am your host, John Turski. And as always, I am joined here by the one and only Andrew Z from Andrew Z in the Morning.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Not too much. I also want to give a shout out to Georgia, our producer, behind the scenes. So how's your week been?
Since I've seen you last, because I mean, obviously it's just Monday, but since I've seen you last, it has been very hectic.
Has it?
Although we had a good couple days, just no kids, just Colleen and I. Ooh. So that was really nice.
How often does that happen?
Oh, without even the baby, because we have 5 kids. She has 2, I have 2, and then we have the baby together.
It's like a classroom of children.
I know, dude. So I would say to have no kids, maybe once a month at max. Yeah. So, but it was nice. So we took a trip down to, it seems like it's way out of your comfort zone, but we went into Trader's World.
My comfort zone? I've been to Trader's World.
No way.
Down in
no, you haven't.
Dayton, Cincinnati area? Yes.
Oh, God.
I love that.
I know.
Actually, I got a lot of my Christmas presents from there last year.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that surprised me about you.
Why?
You don't seem like a Trader's World kind of guy.
Oh, my God. I even go to the antique mall in Maumee all the time.
That's different. Antiques are different than flea markets. This was a flea market.
I love Gibraltar. I don't know why. We'll get you there
because you're bougie. So I just didn't think. Okay, but so this flea markets aren't bougie. That's why I thought. So I was wrong. I wasn't wrong.
But they have a lot of bougie things.
Well, they have Mickey Mouse stuff, and they have Star Wars, and what's bougie? What do they have that's bougie?
I mean, just off the top of my head, I remember last year I got one of my good friends who was very hard to shop for. Like a custom framed Van Halen poster.
That is not bougie.
That is bougie, in my opinion, for somebody who loves Van Halen and who has a particular taste.
Well, it's Van Halen bougie, but it's not.
Nicely
it wouldn't be
framed.
It wouldn't be in the bougie realm. I don't think.
Real glass. That's the bougie. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
What would you get at Trader's World?
Well, we weren't expecting. We just came across it. We were taking a trip down there for something else. We're actually going back this weekend because we're taking the kids this time.
Okay.
Because they will love it. But man, we had a good time. It was a lot of fun. So let me ask you a question, John.
Sure.
So as we get people lined up, for those who don't know, if you'd like to get a reading by John, then you need to click on. Georgia says, "Don't ask about Trader's World. He won't shut up." I did 45 minutes.
Both will.
I did 45 minutes on Trader's World this morning on the show.
Did you?
But if you want to be part of the show, click the link that is in the comment section of wherever you're watching on any one of the social media pages you're watching on, and that'll get you in. Now, John, what I was going to ask you is, I'm sorry, go.
No, I was just going to clarify to not only to be a part of the show, but to come on the show to get a reading.
And the question I had was, are we going sans video or with video? How did you decide?
You know what? I think we did pretty good last week without video.
Okay.
So yeah, anybody who comes on, if you don't mind turning off the video, that'd be great.
Okay. So because John just wants his face seen. So I'm surprised he's allowing my video to stay on. But to turn your video on. Child syndrome. Oh, it's so funny. So, John, when we first started doing the show, you know, my week is hectic, and John wanted me to host it with him. I said, John, I don't have time. He's like, I need you. I need the best. We had to do it. Anyway, we go through this, and there's really no saying no to John when it's something that he wants. And I asked him, I said, "Are you an only child?" He goes, "How did you know?"
You didn't ask. You said, "You're the only child, aren't you?"
Okay.
And I said, "How did you?" It kind of freaked me out. I was like, "How'd you know?" actually.
It's my medium skills.
You made me take a look at myself. Very deep, actually.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing about decision making? People can tell that I'm an only child.
At least you said yes before you said that.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
all right. Anyway, we got a couple people lined up. Did you want to start with anything? Are you feeling anything? Is anyone coming in tonight? Or you just want to go into it?
Just kind of just glide right into it.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Let's go into Margie. She has been so excited since we went live. So, Margie, you're on with medium John Turski. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, Margie.
Hi, Margie. How are you?
Hi.
Welcome.
Good.
Good.
Now, what's on your heart? What's on your mind tonight? What do you want to talk about?
Well, it is my brother's birthday today, and he has passed away. So I was just going to see what he's up to today.
Yeah, sure. Margie, what is his name?
Bob.
Okay. Did he have like a goatee or like specific facial hair?
He had a mustache.
Okay. Like it would be like when I saw it was like only a goatee. So if it's a mustache, it's like only a mustache.
Yes,
like
only a mustache.
Okay. And then was he like a musician or did he play in a band at one time? What's the musical connection?
Well, my dad.
And your father's passed as well too?
Yes.
Did they share the same name?
No.
Okay. What's your dad's name?
My dad's name is Bill or William.
And then you said your brother's name is Bob?
Yeah.
That's sharing, honey. Isn't Bob short for William?
No.
That's Bill.
Okay.
In my head today, it's the same exact name. All right.
And by the way, Margie, I don't know how long you've been listening or everyone listening. If John's trying to tune in, so if there's something he's off on, don't.
You're not going to hurt my feelings.
You're not going to hurt his feelings by saying no. That's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
or also just really kind of have an open mind, because there's times in the last few weeks I've noticed people have shut something down when actually when they thought about it for a moment, they're like, oh yes, that does fit. So
yeah,
you keep it both ways. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Hold on. Don't tell me anything.
Okay.
Don't ever tell me anything.
Okay,
Let me. No, you're fine. You're fine. First of all, I want to ask who has like the gravesite or the marker that you tend to go to visit, or is there a space or place that is like a burial, or like I'm seeing like the image I'm getting is like a gravestone or tombstone, but it's not quite like that. So there's a place that's available for me to go to visit, and it's either for your dad or for your brother.
Well, both of my parents have the tombstone.
Okay. Have you? Okay.
I really don't like going there. It doesn't give me any
closure
comfort.
Or anything. Well, go ahead.
Can I say something, John? I'm asking a question, because obviously to you the grave marker was significant, John. Could it be opposite? So if she doesn't go there, maybe it's because it came up because she doesn't like to go there. Is that possible, or is that stretching?
That's stretching. Can you turn my headphones down for just a second? So 1 2 perfect. So the follow-up message that I was going to get with that, Margie, is I feel like it's more of is your mother passed as well too?
Yes.
She's OCD. Is that true? Like things are in a particular place or space, or she was very, very good and very domestic. Because it's like when I'm picking up or talking about the gravestone or just my grave, it's almost like I don't want you to visit it because you'll connect with me. It's just like it's like it needs a little bit of attention.
I went out there and he started pulling the weeds around it and everything, and we had to talk to the people that.
So you just recently did this then? Is that what they're saying?
Like 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. It's just mom and dad want to come through. They don't want to take up too much of the time. But yeah, it's just if you can, could you please revisit that? It's not as if spirit. we don't have to go there in order for us to connect with them. But again, something with your mom and your dad, it's like they took the time, and it's like I don't know if their plots were like they were very particular about this plot and about the space and about where they were going to reside. I don't know if they took a lot of time to search or to purchase that, but it means a lot to them. So it's I feel like it's more of your mom. It's kind of like could we clean it up a little bit? You know, could we even put some fake flowers? I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if you. I think that they were having an issue with the way it was kept, and Margie, if I'm correct, that you had some words with the people that keep the grave marker that they weren't keeping it right. Correct?
Well, it had sunk, and so we had to go and talk to them, and they did fix it, but we were out there just weeding and everything, and I thought it might like make me feel a little better, but no, it didn't.
Okay.
I think the whole like the plot sinking took away from your moment of feeling good about it.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep the message. Just go out there, do that work, and your mom will greatly appreciate it. Okay. I do want to step into your brother. Your brother comes through, and he's kind of a big personality. Do you understand that? And I also feel like his energy is pretty big. So, he probably was a heavier or bigger man. Does that make sense?
He was kind of a tiny guy.
Was he?
Yeah.
And he had that short man syndrome then, because his energy is coming through like it's really big and it's really filling the room.
Yeah,
okay.
He was probably about like 5'7", 5'8".
Oh, that's Andrew. It's about your height, isn't it?
Shut up. What about his personality though? Did he have a big? John say maybe a giant personality, maybe not in stature,
but it's almost like even it's like I don't know if I'm acknowledging like if I have a beer gut or if I'm just like very comfortable in my skin. So short isn't necessarily the definition when I say like
confident.
Confident, but it's like I'm. Yeah, it's just.
Yes, he did have a very like big personality. Yes.
Okay, and how long has he been gone?
30 years.
Gotcha. That makes a little bit of sense. And then, is there anything significant with the month of August for him?
Oh, I don't. I will have to think.
Okay, and then let me ask you this, because this would make sense for why I'm connecting with him the way that I am. Did he have a tragic passing, or did he go quickly or unexpected?
Yes.
Okay. And then do you only hear from him like in spurts?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like you'll go through this moment of having a connection with him, and it's like you won't hear from him for like 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, like
you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this thoroughfare of existence, or this world, this dimension was very difficult for him.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he came in as a favor. He didn't need it. He didn't want it. It wasn't for him. So his time here, I think, knowingly was going to be spent short. And it just didn't. And it's almost like life just when we all life isn't fair, but when it comes to your brother, it's like he got dealt like the shittiest hand in the deck.
Yes.
You understand that?
I totally get that. Yes.
Okay, so validation, confirmation. Yes, he's here, but it's like he is so detached from this place, he doesn't even identify with his death or birth date anymore.
Oh wow.
Okay. He's around. He's there for you if you need anything. You can connect with him consciously, which I think you already do. But yeah, he doesn't spend. You kind of got. It's like I don't know why. This happened last week. The show Halloween Town. It's a Disney show.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have to get on the bus, you have to take the trip, and you arrive in Halloween Town. That's kind of the same thing with your brother. Like he's in his special place, and you have to take the time and go into the space to reach him.
Okay.
But yeah, if you reach out to him, pray to him, meditate, whatever, he's very responsive. But yeah, this world it was not in favor of him, and therefore he's not in favor of it.
Very
Makes
nice.
sense.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about you. He said, you got a hell of a lot going on though. What he says. He says it's more important and it's major for you to find your balance and your center as you move through this.
Okay.
You understand that? And it's like I'm dealing with a lot. It's like you show me like Ursula. I have a lot of hands and a lot of pots in a lot of places. Kind of like Andrew. You got a lot going on. And same thing for you, Margie. I think you're about to step into a place to where you're managing a lot of moving parts. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay, so they're just saying it's just a matter of finding balance, finding center, and it's just about how you approach or how you react or handle these things that are that you're a part of.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck,
Thank
Margie.
you.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it. Medium John Turski. You can go to the website mediumjohnturski, TURSKI.com. You can also get on his text list where he will text you. I don't. Will you drunk text him or just regular text?
I'll drunk text back.
text the word join to 844-817-8602, 844-817-8602. And if you comment on whatever social media you're watching, if you could put where you're at, where you're from, that would we just like to know, where people are watching it. So I want to say hi to Brandis in Georgia, of course. Cassie, Brittany Teat, hi guys. Jamie says hi, John.
Hi.
Bobby says hi guys.
Hi.
Cassie says I would love to hear from so many. My brother just passed Friday. Is it too soon? So my son, my dad.
Yeah, I always say it's different per situation. You never know until you try, Cassie. So if you want to click the link and come on, and we can always attempt. It's either going to be the perfect time or the worst time. There's really no in between, especially if you just passed Friday.
Okay. Let's go to Clarissa. Clarissa's on with us.
Hi, Clarissa.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Do you have a question, or is there someone you're trying to connect with?
I don't really have much of a question, I guess, unless you have anything from me. I know previously my uncle passed away maybe about a year or two ago, so I don't know if you had anything from him or...
Let me do this, Clarissa. What is your date of birth?
It's November 4th of 93.
Okay, so you're a Scorpio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are... It's not that you're 8, 9... It's so funny because people like you, like they love doing things like this, but you hate being read.
I guess I don't know, it's a little odd sometimes. I had my last son that I had, there was somebody that...
Well, hold on. I don't want to know, but I just want to acknowledge this first, Clarissa. So you, honey, you are a badass woman, okay?
Thank
I
you.
hope you know that, and I hope you remember that, because I pity the fool that try to get in your way or try to stop your flow, okay? You will hesitate, you will wrestle within yourself about whether or not you're supposed to just blast on through it or accommodate whoever this person is that's stepping into your way. Do you understand that?
Okay.
If you haven't already, honey, you need to take the poisonous, toxic people out, pluck them up, put them wherever they're necessary to be available to you, because you're coming into a transition that's all about people, partners, and relationships, alliances. Any forward movement, any step forward that you make, it's going to be made in partnership with somebody. So that doesn't necessarily have to mean romantic or intimate. That could be business. That could just be, a mentor or somebody very close to my support system that's going to be there as I move forward. Whatever it is, it's partnerships, relationships, and alliances. So if you're kind of calling on to something new, which they're saying you are, hold on. And is your dad passed as well too, or who's coming through calling himself dad?
No, not that. My dad's still alive, so I don't know.
Who is there? Somebody? They're saying yes. Do you see my head shake? They're saying so. There is a male figure that's coming through that you looked up to or had a hand in raising you.
Not necessarily. I grew up with both my parents, so I never had.
No. Yeah, I believe you, honey. They're telling me they're asking me to ask you to think again. So there's just a male figure that's coming through that was very close and very a part of your life, in the most meaningful times. So whether it be when you were younger, I also feel like they passed when you were actually really young. Like I'm at age 7 to 8. So I don't know if it's a grandfather figure. I don't know if it's a friend of the family.
When I was younger, my godfather passed away, and I don't know exactly how old I was.
So you know what, honey, I will take it. What is his name?
I don't even know his name. I don't remember what this was.
I implore you.
As embarrassing as that
I
is.
implore you to ask somebody, because he's coming through and he's taking that role very seriously. So as godparent, it's not necessarily that I'm next in line to take over if your parents die. It's just I am in authority and take responsibility for your spiritual growth. And that honestly is what a godparent is there for, is just to be there to assist in your spiritual growth. Where you are right now, honey, is you are at wrestle within yourself. You are trying to identify with this new version of you, but you're trying to take the old languaging of how you know it to be into this new caliber, and that can't exist together. So you can't take your old language into your new version of yourself, and that takes some digging deep and some spiritual. I say it often. You got to weed your spiritual garden and lay the axe at the root. Okay, so again, you're on a cycle. It's all about people, partnerships, relationships, alliances. Anything that you're going to have to do, it's going to be having to do with plucking people away, and or creating new networks or new spaces and places for people to come in that are actually going to support you and see you in your growth, not be held by how they know you to be. Does that make sense? Because deep down, you're kind of like you're kind of like, I don't want to do the work. I don't want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today. Do you know what I mean? So it's like very much in front of you. Thank you. And they're also saying your godfather, we'll call him John. Okay. Also send something. He's showing me like birds or butterflies to you, something with wings, angels. So that's his sign or his symbol to you. So he, I always say test spirit. He will let you know when he's around, but I definitely implore you to get his name because he's showing up to you, and I would love it for you to show up to him. He's a teacher is what he's saying, literal teacher.
Okay.
I'll leave you with that.
Okay. Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
So when I was pregnant with my last son, I had a lot of like issues going on, but I was told that there was somebody like watching me, like literally was following me to make sure that I was okay. I have no idea who that was.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has at least on average about 7 people around them. So imagine me going in public. Every person has about 7 people, whether that be guides, whether it be family members, whether it be angels, whatever. Always constantly in your sphere, they are your counsel, is how I call them. Okay, is this your son that you're referring to?
Yeah.
He just had what I call buyer's remorse. Came into the womb. It was about time for you to deliver. And he was like, oh shit, do I really want to do this? So it's like when you make a really big purchase and then you and your husband, like 2 or 3 days later, like, oh my God, that was a lot of money. Are we sure? It's buyer's remorse. So same thing with him. So it wouldn't, ultimately, you were always protected from day one, but it was more so about coaxing your son through to get him to make his decision, because he has that right to not, quite frankly, as a soul you do. So it's just he was percolating, he was marinating in something that he didn't know if he really had the appetite for.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Good luck, Clarissa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. This guy, medium John Turski. Let's go to you doing all right over there, John?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Let's go to Amy. I'm feeling an Amy. Amy, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Amy. You're on with medium John Turski. What's on your mind?
Hi. My mom passed 7 years ago. I haven't received or heard anything from her. There's a lot of changes in my life right now. So
your mom is a spitfire.
She is.
Oh my God. Do you see how I sit all of a sudden? I am heavy chested. Do you know what I mean? Like this is me. She's like, when you said I haven't heard from her, she's like, because y'all are good for nothing, ungrateful, is what she said to me. Okay. She's like, because y'all are just ungrateful. Okay. And she kind of says that jokingly. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are we coming up upon an anniversary birthday or passing of somebody?
In June.
Okay. Is that her?
Yes.
Okay. Is dad passed as well too?
No.
Who played the piano?
Oh gosh,
Or is there someone currently around you who plays the piano?
I honestly don't know anybody who plays the piano.
Okay. We'll put that on the corkboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, your mom definitely comes through. She's around. Okay. She just is not a fan of making herself known. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny. She's very animated with herself. So like you see, as I'm talking, my head's always moving.
Yes.
It reminds me like of the Indian culture, how they always move their head like that. I spent a lot of time in India and I came back with the Bible. It's another story for another time.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. The flight attendant was like, honey, how long have you been here? I was like, 8 weeks. Like, I can tell. But yeah, your mom, she's always around. She's constantly around. I don't think she was ever one to interfere or intervene with your life. So you made a hell of a lot of, this is her words, not mine. You made a hell of a lot of mistakes and she never made you feel bad about them. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. It's like she's all about just being in support of you being able to maintain your dream, your vision, and you're doing all of that. She said, I couldn't be more prouder of you. Okay. And I just, she wishes for you to be just as proud of yourself as she is for you. Do you have a brother?
I do.
She said, now his ass needs to call into the show. Okay. She said that now that's somebody who could take some lessons and some notes.
Yeah.
Right now. Do you understand that? Who's got the baby on the way?
Oh God.
Someone's got a baby on the way. She's holding a child on the other side. So normally, which I don't feel like it would be, that an infant passed away. If that's not the case, then it's usually them showing me that they're getting ready to usher a newborn in, or somebody is about to be pregnant. So if that is not wanting to be you, then just do whatever. But yeah, she's just showing me that she's getting ready to usher another child into the family. Okay. And was there somebody who passed as well? Like, was there a sibling of your mom's, like an aunt or uncle of yours, that passed within this year?
An aunt passed within the last couple of years. Yes.
Okay. So she's acknowledging that aunt being over there, and she looks at that aunt like a best friend.
Yep.
Okay. And she smiles. She's got really big teeth and really bright lipstick.
Oh God. Yes.
You understand that? And I don't know what it is about their chest. Like, they're very heavy chested.
We used to call her like the Motley Crue team.
She said, it's like heavy chest, small waist, small legs.
Yep.
You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And one of them's chewing gum, constantly chewing gum, and my leg is bouncing like Peggy Bundy.
Yeah. That's kind of what she looked like.
That? So she's there, she's around. Like I said, she doesn't make herself known, but she's doing the work in the background. If you need her, if you want her to make herself, you just ask. Okay, that's just the type of person she was. She didn't come over uninvited, and she waited to be asked most of the time. Do you understand that? Do you have a husband as well?
I have an ex-husband.
Whoever he is, tell him how you really feel.
Okay.
Say it how it really is. Choose your words, take a breath, but you have every right to be real.
Good.
And I'll leave you with that.
I appreciate that so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Medium John Turski is here. Text join to 844-817-8602. Georgia just sent me a screenshot of myself, John, and she said, dude, you have resting bitch face right now.
I've actually been editing, so I've never ever watched myself until I've done this. I've had to go back and edit. I too have had these screenshots of you and your face. And
really?
And just, oh my God, I got goosebumps. Oh my God.
Shut up.
It's just, it's very pure. It's very beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. All right. Let's see. If you have go to him, Renee says, oh, I'm sorry. Renee sent 2. If you've never had a reading, go to John. He's phenomenal. Even if you've had one, go to him. So there you go. All right, let's go to Bobby. Bobby.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Bobby. You're on with John Turski. What's your question?
I just wondered if there were any messages coming through for me.
Let's see. You guys are really making me work for it today.
It seems like it's a little like. Is it a struggle? It seems like it's a little bit of a struggle tonight.
Today's a struggle bus. Totally. All day has been.
Okay. All right.
I don't really never ask why.
Yeah. It just is.
Usually when I'm needing to ask, I don't really care at that point. But yeah, some days it is a struggle bus. I'm not perfect and I'm still human. And yeah, I did go to a concert over the weekend. So, okay, Bobby, what is your date of birth, honey?
5/14/1966.
Did you pass with somebody who you worked with? Or did you pass with somebody? I have 2 things, 2 people. A, I feel like there's somebody on the other side that's coming through that you used to work with. And B, somebody that you were actually there at the time of their passing, in which their passing was sudden or unexpected.
Oh, goodness. I don't know about somebody I worked with. I can't think of anybody.
Okay. Did you assist somebody in their passing though?
Not that I worked with. I was with
No, they're two separate. Two separate. So the one was the coworker. If you can't remember that.
I was with both my mom and my dad when they passed. My dad, I was telling him to let go.
Okay. Who passed of like, I don't know if it was, or who had a stroke?
That would have been my grandpa years ago.
Okay. I'm in my neck, I'm in my head for some reason. So I don't know if I had like, I don't know if I had an aneurysm. I don't know if I had a stroke, if I was paralyzed. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. My aunt had brain cancer,
Were
but
you
I
there?
wasn't with her.
Okay. Okay. So you're asking, does anybody have any messages? And again, they're like, it's so strange of you because you're not open to advice, is what they said.
Oh,
You kind of you just do your thing.
so we're approaching the anniversary of when my mom died.
Okay. Did your mom have really done up hair? Was she really particular about her hair?
Not especially. Maybe when she was younger, but
yeah, I was just gonna say, typically when spirit comes through, they come through with in like the year, like their prime, anywhere from like 25 to like 32. That's their prime. So that's typically the image or the vision that they come through to me. So when I take a look at your mom, it's like she's just very done up. She's just, her looks, she's just very pretty, she's very gorgeous. And she took the time to maintain those looks. Now and
that
then
she did.
Okay.
She always made sure, like before my dad came home, she always made sure that, because I was one of 4 girls, she always made sure we were all cleaned up and that she looked presentable when he came home.
If you don't get yourself together before I get home from work, I don't want you. I'm just kidding. Did Dad work on cars, or did he have a thing with classic cars?
My dad, no.
Or NASCAR or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Huh. Honey, what's your mom's name?
Kim. Well, Helen.
How do I address her?
She usually went as Kim.
Okay. I'm going to bring through your mom, but also there's a male figure that steps through that I just don't have enough validation to bring him in. Your mom, the first thing she does is she gives kiss. She's very physical and she's very touchy. She's just like an old school Italian woman. Do you understand that?
Less her and more her mom, but it may have been. I mean, as she got older, yeah.
Okay. Was your mom not affectionate? So she's coming, when I say physical and touchy, she's coming through with affection. She's touching my cheek. She's giving me a kiss on the cheek. She's wrapping her arms around me to give me a hug. That's how she's greeting me. She greets me with a lot of love.
As I grew up, but as I got older, I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, she is coming through that now. She's coming through like that now. Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
So, yeah. And then did she also have glaucoma, or did she have something wrong with her vision or her eyes? Or is this you?
No.
Okay. You know what, Bobby? I feel like for every 5 no's, it's really like 3 yeses for you. And then did anybody like shoot archery or guns?
I'm trying to think. Not that I know of.
No,
I'm wondering if the person that's coming through, you said there's a male coming through?
Yeah.
Would that have been a relative or an old friend?
Initially I felt at the very beginning it was somebody that was not family. Like I said, a coworker or somebody. So who's coming to your mind when you're thinking who this could be?
An old boyfriend.
Okay. And what's his name?
Marty.
Did he live in the fast lane, fast paced?
Yeah.
Was he the cars or the motorcycles, or that was his hobby?
He did have a motorcycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is thank you.
So is this the guy that
I was picking up at the beginning, and he was hard work. To to be with. Does that make sense?
He could be. Yep.
Okay. He's acknowledging it.
He certainly could be.
Ooh, but he was quite the, he's saying quite the lover, quite the romance. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So there's, okay. Honey, I know there's a lot we'll put up with for a romantic man.
Oh.
So yes, he does come through. And he's also acknowledging too that this time of year is significant for him, and it's either birthday, time of passing, or something along those lines. He's also
time of passing. Yep.
Okay.
March 21st.
Beautiful. So this is actually him, okay, that comes through. And he's very, and I don't know what the badges or the patches are. I don't know if it's like a biker thing or if he's showing me that he was in the military.
That I know he was not in the military.
Okay. But I have like patches and badges everywhere. I'm very I was very honored at my passing or at my funeral. And that's what he's giving significance to, okay? Anyway, moving on. Do you have a small dog or a cat?
I have a small dog.
He screws with it all the time. So does your dog just like bark at the wall?
He not bark, but he looks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Was his death accidental? He OD'd, but I was never sure if it was.
Nobody really ODs on purpose. And it's just I feel, thank you. He will take responsibility for his passing, yes. However, back at that time when he passed, we weren't living in a world where people spoke about recovery out loud. So I think if he were more so living in this time, he might have been receptive. I don't know what word he was trying to use. Receptive to help. But I just think he did a really good job at isolating himself to where people, unless you were super, super close, you didn't really know what was going on. Do you understand that?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. And that also goes back into whatever. Okay. All right. I will leave you with that, Bobby.
Okay. Thank you, John. Have a good night.
Thank you, Bobby. You as well. It seems, and I'm not talking about Bobby in general. I'm not talking about Bobby in particular. Rather, I'm talking in general. It seems like the listeners are making you work for it tonight. It seems very, I don't know. It seems very hard. Am I just getting that vibe, or are you getting that vibe?
No, I'm totally. That's. I'm owning it. I am sitting in it. And yeah, and that's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I was wondering.
Yeah, and it may not be them. It may be me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
It's just hard. It's a push and pull, pull and tug type thing. I feel it for sure tonight.
I wish I had a shot right now. Just we'll black out the camera real quick and the mic.
I know. I feel bad for you because I feel that you're working so hard. And
don't feel bad. And for, I mean, this happens even in private readings as well too. And if this
really,
yeah, absolutely. And if this is how the reading is for the first entire 15 minutes, this is usually what I'd be like, okay, this isn't the best of what you could have, so we can either reschedule or I can give you your money back. Oh. So this happens. It totally happens.
Okay. So there are times where it's just not there.
It's there. I'm just not. It's like going into like a crazy CrossFit workout when you haven't been to the gym in 3 weeks.
I understand.
That's kind of what it feels like to me. So I don't know what I need or could do differently. I mean, I guess as time goes on and as this just remains to be seen live, we'll figure that out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it happens. It totally happens. Yeah. And I've never been in control of it. So.
No, all right. Let's go over to
I wish I brought my cards.
Cassie B. Cassie B is next up.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Give me something easy, honey. What do you What do you need?
Either my life or if someone's reaching through.
Perfect. Stop there. What's your birthday?
1/22/89.
Okay. What are you getting, Andrew? Anything?
I think Cassie sounds amazing. I think she's about to on the verge of $1 billion payday.
Ooh, that's
what I feel.
His I words. Hope so.
And if you are,
yes. Hello.
I'll think of you both.
Remember who told you?
Me more than him.
It wasn't him.
Okay. So
we have long history.
The first thing that I'm picking up with you, yeah, me and Cassie actually did go to school together.
Oh, okay.
Junior high, I think.
Junior high.
Yeah. I always remember the talent. Remember the talent show I did in junior high?
Oh my God, yes, Britney Spears.
Monologue. The comedy thing.
How was it?
It was great.
They introduced me as the act you've all been waiting for. If that says anything. And my mom recorded the entire show before me that she ran out of battery.
Oh, for you?
Yeah. It was the best like on stage moment I've ever had in my life.
Hey, real quick before you get I hate to throw you off, but before you get into Cassie, Don Boone commented, and you had mentioned about an Italian lady with glaucoma, and it wasn't hitting. But is it possible that if someone is on the line or if someone is watching, that it could be somebody else? Because Don is saying, I think that was my grandma because she was an Italian lady, a loving lady. She had glaucoma.
When we're talking about how this is more difficult for me, imagine above my head, instead of a funnel, there's a strainer. Okay, so everything's just coming through the strainer at one time, and it's harder for me to facilitate.
Okay,
as opposed to when I'm really on it, it's like a funnel. Everything's organized and in a straight line.
Okay,
so absolutely, that could have been for her, and I think we talked about it last week. Is that anything that comes through, even if you're not the one being read, take it as for what it is, and take it as the message. So absolutely, Dawn, I would say run with that, and especially, and let me know too, if this time or if there's something important about your grandmother that is significant to this time. Okay. Cassie.
Okay. Back to Cassie.
So the biggest thing right now that you're focused on is your kids. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So is there one of them that you want to talk about? Because I feel like the clarity will kind of take some weight off your shoulders.
Ooh.
So is there one particular that you're needing to learn? Like if I knew how to support them more, it just everyone's life would be easier.
I mean, I worry about them all.
Okay.
I mean, we adopted the one, so
you didn't. I apologize. I did not know, and I honestly don't know anything about your kids, but I just feel like you're just focused on family right now. Everything for you is about family, and I also think you're married too, correct?
Yes.
So it's about obtaining a deeper connection and relationship with my husband. That's what this time for you right now is about. And it's kind of been like that ever since the beginning of the year. So January, kind of everything shifted for you in a good way and in a way to where like this inner voice inside of you was kind of like, all right, no more play. We got to get to work. And you don't really quite know what that work is. So you're taking everything really seriously. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the biggest thing right now is learning, thank you, when it comes to your kids, learning to position yourself in a way that you are re-identifying who you are in your relationship to them. How old are your kids? What are their ages?
14, 12, 6, and 5.
Okay, so they're all at an age, especially the 14 and the 12-year-old, honey, that if you're not absolutely authentic to them, they will see anything that is out of alignment. Anytime your words, thoughts, or actions do not match, they will not take you seriously, and a little bit of that respect will be taken away.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want the respect, it's not about giving the respect. It's about being truthful and honest about the story of who you are that you're giving to them. Okay. Because now I know how I was in junior high and high school. All right. I have a feeling I remember how you were in junior high and high school. Okay. So your 14-year-old is stepping up into the age of when we would drive our parents crazy. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want that pattern. You don't want to
relive the pattern of my mom.
Yeah. You don't want to see your past played back within them or through them.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Because they're going to, you're going to think, oh, been there, done that. You can't get anything by me. Oh, yes, they can. And they will. Okay. In order to avoid that, just be real with them. Say, hey, you know what? When I was your age, guess what I did? Do you know what I mean?
We do. We actually do.
As long as you're in that space or place, there's nothing to worry about with your 14 or 12-year-old. Your 6-year-old, I feel like I need to begin, and your 5-year-old. There's some more your 5-year-old. Your 6-year-old has a more particular situation. But the 5-year-old, it's like, you can begin to talk to them as a human right now. Like literally, like just like bro to bro, heart to heart, they be open. So they may not portray or they may not express themselves. We may see them as a little bit behind in who they are in their expression or talking or emotions. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily about that as much as it is just who I am in my relationship to them and how I'm communicating. So if I'm communicating to them like a toddler or a 5-year-old, they're not even receiving that because, oh, you must not be seeing me. Do you know what I mean? So this 5-year-old is quite advanced. Okay, they're very advanced in what their mind can handle. They're very intelligent. They're very smart. So if we're not getting any sort of communicative dialogue out of them, at least work with them and stimulate their brain, like academically, or like it's like math and science is a really big thing for them. So just to stimulate their brain. Your 6-year-old would be the only child that I would spank.
Oh, dude, yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Like yes. Yes. You want to be special? You're going to be the only one with the timeout chair and a bruise on your bottom.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know who this is who passed this head, but plastic bats don't leave marks. Okay.
Oh,
that's how I feel about your 6-year-old. Do you know what I mean? It's like they will embarrass you. They will say the things at the worst time.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand that? Okay. Now, there's something that I'm dipping into you with your health. Are you having lower back issues? Is there something with your back or spine?
My husband's back.
I was going to say this could be your husband too. I don't. Is he going to? Is there a doctor that he's seeing about it?
Kind of like me and him's both gone to the doctor within the last few weeks.
I just don't want to succumb to surgery. So do whatever you need to do. It's just not time for surgery. I don't know what it is about back doctors, but they think they're God. Do you know what I mean? That they can fix anything. I just feel like if your husband would go through with something like that, even if it's less invasive, thank you. They're actually giving me the number 3, like within the next 3 years. If he does something along those lines within the next 3 years, he'll come out of it worse than he was when he went in. Okay, so whether it be he just needs to work out, do yoga, stretches, something. I just feel the lower lumbar stacked. And literally, it's just about stretching the spine. Doing those inverted things where you hang upside down, that would be for him too. I just think, I don't want somebody to talk him into something where he feels his only option is surgery. Because that would be him. Because he's like, how many weeks do I get off work? How many paid? Like he would look at it as a vacation. But everything else looks good for you. It's just about taking the time to readjust or to become aware of the framework in which I'm seeing everybody through. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not, quite frankly, this entire year isn't about your life. It's about positioning everybody around you in their life. So when you do step into everything being all about you, you're supported and they can see what you need to be supported in without you having to explain. Does that make sense?
Yeah. John, is anybody reaching in? Because I don't know if you realize that I lost my dad in November.
No, I did not know that. And I would say call back next week. Hold on. Was your dad, was he like an expert cook? Or like, did he like have a special chili recipe?
Yeah, salsa. Yes, he was the cooker of the family.
Okay. Because it's like he has these special recipes that, did he actually write? It's like, I feel like he has recipe cards. It's like nobody can.
No, he would not share nothing.
Nobody can duplicate his recipe is what he's saying.
Yeah.
You understand? So he did. Okay. Yeah. Your dad's around. Your dad's totally around. But that's about all I'm going to get on that. All right. But thank you, Cassie, for calling in.
Thank you.
Take care.
There's Cassie. Medium John Turski, mediumjohnturski.com. Text to join. Text the word join to 844-817-8602. And from one Cassie to another Cassie, we got Cassie and Nikki and Jamie still left tonight. So we're going to go over to the other Cassie. Hey, Cassie, you're on with John Turski. Hello.
Hello. How are you guys?
What's your question? Good. How are you?
I would just like to know if anybody was reaching out Is anybody around me?
Yeah, let's just to help me out because I'm a struggle bus today.
Okay, no
problem. It happens. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
I took up until episode 8. No, I'm just kidding. It's just my ego slipping in. It has to sometimes. But if you want to just let me know who you would like to connect with, and it would be an easier reading for me.
Oh, that's hard for me. Are you kidding?
So you have a whole family over there.
My brother just passed away unexpectedly Friday.
Okay, so that's
and then my son will be.
Hold on, honey. Stop there.
He was
on the spectrum already. Hold on, honey. Did your brother pass? Okay. Was he responsible for his own passing?
We believe so.
Okay, so he's acknowledging it. So I'm going to give an example. If it was something like an overdose or an accident, he went into it knowing what he was doing.
Really?
So he's acknowledging it like it was premeditated is the word that I would use, honey, and I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
the last message he sent was to my mom, and it said he was so scared.
Yeah, he said he was talking shit is what he was saying. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so he's touching my shoulder a lot. He touches you a lot. Okay. So if you feel anything or a sensation on it would be literally your right shoulder. This is where he's sitting. So anytime you feel something like that, or you look at that part of you, acknowledge that as your brother. Okay. He does want you to know, though, however, that regardless of the situation leading up to or the situation that was his passing, he has fully transitioned and he is in a very special, beautiful place. Okay. He just needs time for healing is what he said. He went through traumas that nobody would believe he went through. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And he's also saying
he had a hard life.
He did. And he said he got thrown in the system very early on in life. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So just like I don't know what it is with some people today. They just are giving the big finger to this world for some reason. And it has nothing to do with the people in it. It has nothing to do with the relationships and the love that people, and he's saying, has nothing to do with the love that you were showing me. It was the inability that life gave for me to be able to even receive that. So he was somebody that it wasn't about what he couldn't do. It was just the inability to receive the love that was there for him. And it was his own belief system about who he was and his own self-worth. Do you understand that? So it's better, he said, my body's tingling. He said it was better I take myself out than I do more damage to other people who don't deserve it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So he just gives a tremendous amount of love, and his smile is contagious, Cassie. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did he have a really fit body? Was his body really in shape?
Oh, yes.
Because he loved showing it off.
Handsome.
Yes, I would say yes. Yeah, he would be yeah. But yeah, it's like even as a straight man, he has no problem flirting with me. That's how comfortable he is.
No.
Do you understand that?
I do.
And do you know, is anybody named Kyle?
No.
Or a K name?
His baby mama is Katie.
Okay, I don't know if that's it, but I feel like if there's still some unanswered questions that you have, and I feel like I want to reach out to whoever this K name is, whether it's a friend, whether it's the baby mama, I don't know who it is, but I feel like they have some answers for you that will give you some clarity, because I feel like there's nothing that I'm going to say that's going to put your mind at rest.
Right.
Do you understand that it's not about him as much as it is about just needing to know for your own, because you and your brother have a very similar, you just are very similar. You mirror a lot to each other. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I feel like the only difference is the support systems that you had. You had a different support system than he had. Do you understand that? And I also feel like, now, do you have children and he doesn't?
I have children. He has one that he was never allowed to
okay,
be a
that
part
makes sense.
of.
So you're coming from a place or space to where this this understanding and its importance isn't for me, but it's for how I position myself to raise my kids. Do you understand that? It's about what doesn't get passed down subconsciously to my children. So even though it may not have been your habits or your cycle, you still have the power to break that cycle, even though it wasn't yours. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, he's fine. He's cool. He's good.
Is he with his son?
Is he
with his son?
With her son? With your son or his?
Yeah, my son.
Yeah, I actually feel like, okay, who had the long hair?
The long what?
Like long hair, like I'm moving it out of my eyes.
That could be my dad.
Okay. Well, Dad's gonna have to. Sorry, Dad, we're at capacity. And did your dad have glasses too? That would be at the end of his nose. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
your dad was actually, believe it or not, the first one that. So your dad and your brother had a falling out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your dad was the first one to welcome.
They always weren't.
Your dad was the first one though to welcome him on the other side.
Oh,
I love that.
It's like, I'm not a Bible person, but there's a story in the Bible of Cain and Abel, I think. One killed the other, and the one that killed the other lived a life of feeling like he was missing something and needed to repent. But when he died and he saw his brother on the other side, there was no words needed to be spoken. There was just a deep sense of understanding and healing. That was your brother and your dad. There was no needing to understand or explain. They just fell into each other. Okay. Absolutely, your son is over there. Absolutely, your son is over there. Did he have? No, it's okay. Did a children's song just start playing while I was talking about your son?
I'm sorry.
I said, did a children's song just start playing as I started talking about your son?
That is so weird.
Oh my gosh.
That's business as usual, honey. That's validation. That's confirmation.
What did you say? I missed what you said.
She missed what you said because
it's like the most greatest sense of validation that one could have. So it's not about the message that I would receive from your son. It's just you needing to know beyond a reasonable doubt that he's around. Honey, that is something I could not even.
Cassie, good luck to you. God bless you.
You take care, honey.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
And get a hold of me. I would love to have a session with you. I think you would benefit a lot from it.
Thank you, Cassie.
I would love to.
Take care.
Thank you. You know, I gotta tell you, John, that you've been off tonight, or you've been off. The people have been tough. Whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is. But you came to the game to play when you needed to play. She needed to hear from her brother. She needed it. And, it's been 3 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you were the right person, and that's when you needed to step up, and you did. And I think Cassie appreciated it. I know it was just some amazing. I mean, you were just nailing it. Boom, boom, boom. Dad, brother, son.
I say it all the time. I mean, if I could explain how this works or even understand it, I would love to give the words. I'm literally just the guy that shows up. My job is just to show up and to sit in this chair. I sit, they talk. Most of the times I just say a little prayer like, Lord, please let this be. Please let this, please let this work. And 9 times out of 10 it does. And sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
But
sure.
Whatever.
All right, let's go to Nikki and then Jamie. Nikki, you're on with John Turski. Hello, Nikki.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Nikki. Good evening. The first thing I feel when you log on is Native American.
Interesting. But
does that mean anything to you?
It does not.
Huh. What's your question?
I was just seeing if my mom was around.
Okay. You have no Native American in your blood?
No, but I live in the middle of the country, so you never know what's around in the farm area.
No, that wouldn't. Hold on, Nikki. What do you do for work during the day?
I'm a paramedic.
Okay, so I actually believe that you're what I'm pulling. Ooh, honey, you are subjected by emotions and feelings that are not your own. Okay. So are you married?
I am.
Your husband's going to thank me for this. You're reacting to things that aren't yours, and you're trying to categorize what did not belong to you. So are you feeling like you have a ton of highs and lows recently?
Yeah.
Or you're feeling like you're just like out of nowhere, like why am I frustrated, or why is my fuse short right now? And then it's like I'm trying to communicate something that as I'm saying it doesn't make a damn bit of sense, but I'm still expecting them to receive what I'm sharing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that? I'm sorry?
I do understand.
Okay. I'm just for the sake, you need to do something to clear your energy. One of the ways to do that is sage, or to smudge, which is a Native American tradition. But just to do something to get other energies and other things out of your space. So typically when we process, when we are as the observer within ourselves, seeing all of these parts of us, we are acknowledging things first energetically, then spiritually, then mentally and emotionally. And we kind of are the conductor of all of those. You are trying to incorporate certain parts of the equation that just do not belong to you. And you are a perfectionist, honey. Things have to be perfect. You love rules and you love data. Okay. So
yes.
Things have to be in a particular order, space, and place. And so when things come in that you don't recognize, you're kind of like, okay, I'll put that on the things to look at later. Okay. But you still place it somewhere within you and take ownership for it. Now you've taken ownership for enough things to where you no longer are identifying with the whole version of Nikki. So you're kind of taking a look at yourself and you're frustrated with yourself and you don't know why. It's kind of cute, quite frankly, but you're just kind of you're just like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you have no reference point for it. It's just because there's more energy within your own system than there is your own. That's all it is. So you'll probably wake up tired. You'll be exhausted during the day. Just your emotions are haywire. It's just because they're affected by what is not your own. So do something to clear your energy, whether it be sage, whether it be lighting an incense. As I always say, keep your candle lit, but do something that is with the intention of remaining pure within all of your systems. And vibrating at the highest level of frequency, period. Especially doing what you do, you are so pure and so open-hearted and genuine. You're good at what you do, I guess is what I'll say. And you connect with people. You have a good bedside manner, is what they're saying. And those who have a good bedside manner with people are genuinely connecting heart to heart, soul to soul. So you will take things on that you know they cannot process, and you'll process it yourself as if you're doing them a favor, but you go home with it. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
So it will be the filter or the framework of how you see everything. Does that make sense? They said you're drinking. Have you been drinking a lot lately?
No, actually, I haven't. Maybe
Okay, honey, then you need to. You need to do something to get yourself out of your own way for a second. So it may not be drinking, but do something for yourself. Go do something. Be spontaneous, and treat and do for you when you may not feel like it's appropriate or you don't have the time to do that. Okay. But yeah, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like around 20 different entities or energies that are attached to you. So like all of these little circles, those are things that just aren't you. They're not yours, but you're holding space for them.
Is my mom there?
She's trying to be. She said, honey, but you got quite the mosh pit around you. Absolutely. Yes, your mom's here. Your mom is more powerful than you and me put together, honey.
Okay.
She also comes through with the sign of the cross, so she was very religious.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's like she's praying. She's like, Lord Jesus, please be a part of this as I come in. She's praying about it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Is there also something significant with this time for your mother?
It's her birthday.
Okay, and she wants me to call her like Mrs. something, not her first name. She's very traditional for some reason. Like she's judging me. she's waiting to see how much respect I give. And then what is significant with October or Halloween?
My birthday.
Okay. Did she recently pass, or what's the recent?
She passed 5 years ago, but in February.
Okay, so flowers are a big thing for your mom as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So you will find things in your garden or your own yard that you did not plant.
Okay. Yes.
Pay attention to that. If you've already been noticing that, that's your mom. Or this spring, pay attention. I think there's going to be a lot of things that come up that you did not plant. Of course, your mom's around, but she's also agreeing with me. She said, "Honey, you got," she would never come over if she knew your house was dirty. You know what I mean? It's like she would give you time to clean up, and that's what she's asking you to do, also energetically, because you'll feel her more, you'll experience her more. She'll be more available to occupy your space. You know what I mean? So every bit of that energy or that debris that you release just creates more room for her to, or anything or anybody to reside that we are choosing to reside. Make sense? Because this stuff here, I'm surprised you even called, because this isn't new. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But I will leave you with that, Nikki.
Thank you, Nikki.
So
Thanks. You take care.
Wow.
Oh, and Nikki, there's something about your car or your car battery that they're wanting you to don't keep putting it off. Okay, so you are one of those women that will drive with the lights on the dashboard for quite some time. Whatever's coming up now, don't waste the time. Do it now.
All right, let's go over to Jamie. Jamie, so the last one for the evening. Hi, Jamie.
Woohoo! I feel special.
Right?
Hi, everybody.
Oh, I'm about an 8.
That's pretty good.
7.5, 8.
Dude, we never lit our candle. That's one of the reasons we're off tonight. Never lit our candle. Anyway, Jamie, what's your question for John?
So, John, I just want to say, first of all, that it was really interesting, after you were at my house. What was that, in January?
Oh, you're Jamie from
Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yes.
So we were all kind of scratching our head at a lot of things that night. And
it was like one of these nights.
Where everything was just kind of off?
It was just, I don't know what it was. I don't even know how to put a word to it.
I think we were hard to read as a group.
Oh, yeah. And then you had somebody in the group that was, I get it. Yep, I remember.
Angie, and Mary Mac.
Yeah, Mary Mac was a blessing, though. She was beautiful.
Yeah. So
Angie was someone I kept playing with.
Just, some things that you said that night, it was like we all realized later, if you will, especially with Angie, the denier. So
sure. She was fun. She's like the one in the group that I'd love to. I will, force them out of the box.
Yeah. So I just, I guess I still feel like I'm in quicksand. You know what I mean? Like you and I have talked a few times. We've done some readings and.
So say more about that.
Like things aren't moving in the directions I want them to. And I don't know. It feels like hard time making decisions.
So is it that things aren't moving in the direction that you want them to, or is it just your timing isn't aligning to how quickly you would like them to?
Maybe both. I'm having a hard time making decisions. Like I just feel like I've been in this funk for like a year and a half.
Because sometimes though too, if you're having a hard time making decisions, yes, just because I know you, that's not you. You're not an indecisive type of person. But if you're coming from a place to where you are trying to manifest things spiritually in your life to come down and show themselves, physically, then whatever the heck I was just saying, you not being able to make decisions is just, you have to honor that. It's not there for you to make, and the decision isn't quite ready for you to step into, period. If you feel like it should be something other than what it is, you're going to beat yourself up about it. So it's really about you getting out of your own damn way. Stay focused on your vision, focused on your goal. Know the things that you will not sacrifice, like the co-host for your show. Do you know what I mean? But have the vision and let that solidify and marinate, and let spirit do its part to make it bigger than what you could have even created, which is true for the show. This is more than what I ever thought I was going to make happen. And therefore I've been out of the way every step of it. Most of it. There's been a couple things, but those are the things that I just wouldn't sacrifice, like my Tibetan flags and and my co-hosts, whatever. But ultimately, when I did step aside and I just more so maintained the vision, I knew that when it did come to fruition, it had a life of its own. And I think, Jamie, that's what you're trying to create. You're trying to create from a space that is not the old Jamie. You're trying to wow yourself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It feels like every part of my life, like whether it's business, personal, nobody's getting along. It feels like I took a piece of paper, I cut it in 1,000 pieces and threw it, and I'm like, how the hell do I put this
that's
back
because
together?
then you are then identifying with the group and the surroundings that you're in. So yeah, you think I don't go into situations or groups where people don't get along or it's not ideal, but I know who I am and the effect I have on people, even subconsciously. So I'm always in a space or place where I'll play energetic games with people. I'll be in my head like Andrew, like your leg itches or your knee itches in my head, and just I wait for you to start itching your knee or play with your knee. It's just a way for me to be in the world but not of it, and to show up and to be present but not to engage or indulge in just what doesn't support or feed me. So if you're taking on that in which doesn't serve, it's because you're also taking a responsibility or ownership again for something that isn't yours to take ownership from. So it probably is about you just being in relation to others and just getting out of your own way in what you're responsible or accountable for, and just being present. The less you say, the more you're probably giving to that situation. They said, boom, honey, shut up.
It's funny though, because I'm going through a period of shut up. Like, I'm sitting back, I'm observing.
Shut the hell up then. You know what I mean? Like that's what's out of your comfort zone, is just, count to 7 before you feel like you have to say something. And if you reach 7 without somebody else talking, then you can talk. But just show up, just be present. Your presence is enough, and that's all that's required. Everything else will work itself out. And when you maintain that place or space, people can't come into it and cause drama or a ruckus. So you demand respect without actually verbally asking for it.
And that's the complaint that I'm getting from people, is that I'm shutting up.
That's the complaint.
I'm not
then this is where you get to create your boundaries. Say, I appreciate your opinion. And I will consider that as I move forward and create what it is that I need to offer to this, period. Or, hey, can I have it? Thank you for that. I will consider that. And if you don't mind giving me another day to respond, period. You're not asking, you're creating boundaries with people. It's just you separating yourself from them is the bottom line. And taking accountability.
This has really been the struggle, like I said, in every part of my life, really, for the whole time I've been talking to you.
They said the whole time you've been alive.
And I guess I'm looking for
honey, remember up in your bedroom, the candle?
Yes.
You still light that?
No, Anna stole it.
Well, then all that was meant for an upgrade. That's all that was. So, but either way, what we've talked about or put into place, or the spiritual practices, if you're not maintaining that, then you really don't have a complaint to put in. Do you see what I mean? You know what ground zero is. About creating sacred space. You know about what needs to be done in order for you to flourish, and to flourish unapologetically and not be affected by anybody else's experience. That is ground zero. That comes first. If you're not doing that, then hell yeah, you are, everybody else is living your life for you. You're not living for yourself.
Bingo. Okay.
So I can't even until you were doing that 7 days consecutively. Yeah, then we will talk again.
Yeah, if you're given homework, you have to do the homework.
And did I not say that, Jamie, the first time we ever met? Because I said this is going to be different. Your sessions are going to be different. And I said, I will only continue this if you do the homework. Remember?
And because I've told my wife that, to where she battles, depression or just negative thoughts. And I said, well, fill your head with, hey, listen to some podcasts that are positive and spiritual. And I said, do some things. And then she doesn't do those things, and then complains again in a month. And it's and the same issue, but it's because she's not doing the work that she needs to do to help with the issue. Well, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, Colleen, though, is the type of person, the type of client I would say, okay, honey, we're going to get a bunch of ceramic plates from Big Lots. All right. They're like a stack of 10 of them for $8. We're going to go to a rail yard and we're going to smash the shit out of them. that would work for her.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. And then she'll come into a zen.
Yeah.
After that.
Jamie, do your homework.
Yeah. So I guess,
candy.
John, I'm just curious. I mean, I know I have to do my homework, but do you see or hear that things
when's
are
your birthday?
Smoother?
When's your birthday?
September 20th.
9/20. Oh, I do remember. Didn't I talk to you about this is a really big year for investments and money?
You did, and like, unfortunately, what you had to say is coming to fruition. It was not a positive note on finance.
And I said it wouldn't be. I said where unexpected things would occur. Water breaks, car breaks, stuff and that will be until September. However, this is the opportune time in the meantime, because you have the availability to where you could take a chunk of cash and put it into a portfolio or an IRA or an investment.
Yeah.
So that's how you can balance the financial drain, where you can actually plant the seeds and make up for the harvest that is being taken out or taken away from you. Do you understand that?
I perfectly understand that.
Okay, so again, things moving forward we're talking about August to September area. Okay, and trust when I say that you want to be foundationally solid before that time comes, and that's what this period is there for you. So it's really not even about you want to move forward, but it's like, honey, you don't even have the tires on the car to move forward. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. Well, I've already had some financial impacts. So are you saying that
you're coming from, when you say financial impacts, you're coming from a negative space, though? You're telling me that finance is being taken out of the bucket.
Correct.
I'm saying to position yourself and to meet with somebody, interview an accountant, somebody on the show who does investments in the state of Ohio. Please reach out to Jamie and sit with somebody and counteract what's being taken out of the bucket. Yeah. And position yourself for future things, for you to whatever. But we got to wrap up, Jamie. Get a hold of me, and let's talk some more.
Good luck. Thank you, Jamie. Thanks to everybody tonight. Appreciate it.
Thanks for your graciousness and patience. He was kind.
He was so kind. They still love you.
Yes,
they still love you.
I love you.
All right, well, there you go. And Seth, yes, he is a local Toledo guy. Well, just over the border. He's on the bad side, the Michigan side. So
the bougie end. Is that what you're saying?
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you, John.
You.
Medium John Turski, mediumjohnturski.com. Text him join to 844-817-8632. And we'll talk to you guys next Monday at 8 p.m. Bye, everybody.
Take care.